Great. Coach René here. I'm putting in, this is a group call. This will be one of your two group calls if you're in Tabitha's schedule. That will be your coaching call for this week. Okay. While Tabitha is out running the triathlon in Norway. How exciting. Talk about a goal, an exciting goal that can really get you moving, right? That involves everything about you, mindset, physically, immerses you. Having that a goal is as exciting as a triathlon. So that's a great example right there. But I wanted to talk about today. Some of you, many of you were at the Superstar Retreat just over a week ago. There were folks who were still in Vegas as of last Thursday trying to fly out
Oh my God.
because of the delays. So lucky that you're all back. And so, what I wanted to talk about is some of the highlights from the retreat. Just as a reminder, I know that IR30 is coming out soon. By a show of hands, who is getting the IR30 to listen back? John is, Linda is, Tessa is, Kelly. Okay, so a bunch of you are. So yeah, it's really great, and it's a nominal fee that will really, if you pick up 1 or 2 points from what I'm going to be talking about today, but definitely what they shared at the retreat, it can definitely make you a lot of money and move your business forward. So one of the first points that I picked up, if you all remember, there was a panel, and for those of you who weren't there, I'll give you some context. We have about 2,300 to 3,000 of the top agents in the room. These are agents who paid to be there and stay at the Venetian to upgrade their skills, upgrade their mindset, and learn ideas. So right away when Mike is on the stage, he's talking. He had the benefit of sharing with us some really great agents who shared at the panels. So we had a couple panels that were very powerful. And one of the panels was with Bernie Gallerini, Ed Kaminsky, and Josh Barker. And these are folks doing anywhere from $5 million a year to $8.5 million a year selling real estate, doing the same thing you all do. And one of the things that was interesting was when they looked at the fact that it all came down to their mindset or their thinking. Their thinking is what got them to the 5 million a year, their 8.5 million a year. And you could say, well, Coach René, how can you get thinking to get you to $8.5 million a year? I'm trying to think and I can't get to 200,000 or 300,000. How do I get that? Tell me. Well, here's what they do. They all three talked about how they think about how they can have and achieve more than they have right now. They sit there on their lunch break. They sit in the morning when they're on the treadmill running. They are thinking, how can I get more than I have today? How can I get a bigger house? How can I have more money in my bank account? How can I live in a better neighborhood? Where are some trips to go that I've never been? They've been thinking and thinking. Ed Kaminsky even says, I don't even know if it's a good thing. I think so much about how I can get $1 million a year. $1 million a year was with the goal for Ed Kaminsky. Sorry, it was $1 million a month. It was $1 million a month. He said he thought about how to get to $1 million a month and then suddenly started making more and more and more money just because he kept focusing and thinking about it. So my question is for each and every one of you, how much time and energy do you spend thinking about how you can do more than what you do currently? How much time? In a day, it's a Monday. How much time have you given by 12 o'clock noon or halfway through the day to make more and more money? Did you give 5 minutes to it? Did it come into a thought at all? Or not at all? And that's fine because this is coaching. Maybe you put into your schedule some time where you will think about how you can get better results than you're getting today, right? And by thinking about it, you might have a scratch pad somewhere near. You could start writing down, gosh, you know what? Maybe I will spend an extra half hour doing door knocking. Maybe that will give me some more money in a month. maybe I will start practicing another session in the day. That will help me convert more leads, and I'll do that. Okay. But in other words, what would it be for you? And that was one of the big thoughts that came out of that panel. So did anyone else pick up anything from that panel who was there? John, I know you were there.
Yeah, I got, yeah.
Such planners will all intellectual information. You know how to do better than you know how to. Sure, I know how to do better than. Why am I doing it? The subconscious and program. It's your conscious mind will influence this. That's all part of it.
So anyway, there's something else going on there. But you see, there's everyone hears it differently. That's what I was saying. If John heard any other point different, but that was kind of a thought on that panel. The next one that I thought was Mike had talked about. He said it 3 times from the stage, everybody. So you want to write this down. Start reading, think, and grow rich. Start reading, think, and grow rich. If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, I see Ronnie is on here. Ronnie, pay attention. Ronnie is Vadim's son. And guess what? You want to start reading Think and Grow Rich right now. And why read that book? That book is like this thick, coach. Mike reads that book at least once, many times twice a year, and he's done that for over 50 years. He's read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Why? Well, the book is chock full of everything you can think of how to be successful in life, period. So what could you get back to, are you thinking too small? Are you thinking too small when it comes to your business, your lifestyle, right? Have you gotten too used to living with credit card debt, too used to living with lines of credit, too used to living in the house that you're not even happy with or driving the car that you don't even like? That's called thinking too small, right? So where can you think bigger? The next point that came up from the retreat that was big, stop, Tony Smith had said from the stage, stop circling around people who aren't doing anything. Stop circling around people, circling and circling and circling around them, thinking that they're going to do something and they're not doing anything. Maybe they're not even picking up your phone call anymore. Maybe they're not even responding to your text at this point. That's just you circling around them, hoping that they will do something different, right? Stop doing that. That's costing you money. That's actually a problem. Tony went on to say, bad leads are actually a business failure right now. If you're hanging on to really bad leads, that's a business failure. You want to get rid of those as soon as possible. Move on and find yourself good leads. People who interact with you, people that are motivated, people that actually want to buy or sell real estate, likely with you. There's a chance it's with you because they're corresponding with you. Okay, they're corresponding with you. And that's the type of people you want to deal with. It's an absolute business failure to be following and chasing around people who aren't going to do anything. The next point came up from some of the heavy prospectors in the room. Some of the heavy prospectors in the room were sharing their schedules, and they talked about the fact that there are 3 business days in a day. 3 business days in a day. So they have, what is the first business day that they have? Well, the first day is obviously the 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's your first business day. They actually look at the entire day as during that period because they look at it, if they can generate business between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m., that's the day. Guess what? They've won that day. They're going to be successful. They set an appointment between 9 to 12. If they generate a really good couple of leads, they've won that day. That part of the day is done. So they look at that as the first business day. The second business day is the early afternoon. The early afternoon after lunch, 1 to 4 p.m. That's your second business day that shows up every day. How well are you doing with that day? Right? If there's 3 days in one day, how well do you do in the early afternoon? Do you give it much thought? Is it scheduled like the morning is? Do you start that day on time? Do you find yourself on appointment? Is it in the calendar? If you don't have an appointment, are you previewing property and previewing other homeowners, right? Which is what your schedule should be if you're a productive agent. Or are you just being reactive from 1 to 4? Are you just seeing who called you or what deal is falling apart and chasing around things. Or worse, are you at the mall? Are you at Walmart getting the milk? Right? Are you just cutting out early? Get some dry cleaning done, you know, I didn't get anything in the morning, so, you know, I'll pick it up tomorrow. What are you doing in the second business day, which is the afternoon? And then the third business day is the early evening. Okay, that's 4 to 6, 4 to 7 for some of you. There is a lot of production still waiting to happen between 4 to 6, 4 to 7. So if you think about it, if you've totally not achieved anything in the first part of the day and nothing happened in the afternoon, why not get laser focused from 4 to 7 p.m.? Why not get really focused on making something happen from 4 to 6 and 4 to 7 and just stay, hey, listen, I didn't get anything done. It's almost 5 o'clock. I am going to buckle down. I'm going to go into my office, or I'm going to go find a street where something's sold. I'm going to door knock around. I'm going to make something happen up until 7 o'clock. And if you can win one of the 3 days, guess what? You're going to have a successful day. If you can win one of the 3 days, 5 days a week, you have 3 chances every day to win. You're going to have a successful week, and that goes on to a successful month. Okay, so the 3 business days. The next point would be, you know, this idea that came from one of the panels. Someone had an aha moment. John Sullivan, a big producer in Las Vegas, said, I just noticed all the top producers are debt-free. They have no debt. They have no debt. They own 5, 6 properties. Some of them own 20 and 30 properties, believe it or not. And they have no mortgages, or the mortgages, they've made a conscious effort to pay down all the mortgages on those properties. So my point is, if you looked at your financial life, imagine where could you be if you were debt-free walking into your next listing appointment? How much peace of mind would that give you to at least pay a big chunk of your consumer debt, credit cards, lines of credit? Mike calls a lot of that junk debt. Where could you be if you got rid of some of that junk debt later this year? Imagine you walked into Christmas shopping season and you've got nothing on your credit card and nothing that you owe. That's going to be a good Christmas season. And they noticed, see, John had a lot of heads nodding on this. A lot of those top producers, they didn't get debt-free overnight. They've worked about 15, 10, 8, 7 years. Some of them got there in 2 years. We had a prospecting older guy. He got into a business with a business partner. The business partner ripped him off and disappeared to Colombia and took $2.1 million of his family income, everything that he owned. 2.1 million. He left. And he said when he got there, when he got to that point, they got lawyers involved, the police were involved. They said, I'm so sorry, your money is gone. They, instead of trying to get back the 2.1 million, he said, you know what I'm going to do? He looked to his wife. I know how to prospect. I'm going to listen to my coach. I'm going to prospect and get out of this 2.1 million. I'm going to make a plan to get it all back. And guess what? 2 years later, he had the 2.1 million back in his bank account. How do you figure that? He said, I know how to call people. That's the only thing I know how to do. I'm really good at that. And I'm really, really good at it. He did say that. He says he's really good at calling people. He did 4 hours of prospecting a day with 3 assistants, and he got 2.1 million back into the bank account. And it's a true story. I'll get his name. John, I think some of you guys might even know that story. So what if you could do that with your business and you set yourself as a goal to make that kind of money and just operate it as a debt-free person going into 2025. No more of this. When I see something, I put it on my credit card. No. I have an account and I pull from there. Okay. So that can be very powerful. The next one was, you know, the phone and being face to face. Those are the 2 places and areas where you can sell. When you're speaking to someone over the phone or when you're face to face. What did Mike talk about? As he said, Zoom, we're all on Zoom and it's great. We've got 21 coaching clients. We're here, we're doing Zoom. It's great as a communication tool. In fact, it's fantastic. You can share screens, you can see people, but as a selling tool, Mike was talking about how it's very difficult to sell someone over this screen, right? Nikki, pick up a pen, sign a contract. Well, Renee, I gotta go. There's something on the stove. Talk to you later. Bye. Right? John, I need you to, can you reduce that price by 200 and send it back to me by this afternoon? Yeah, oh, of course, Renee. Yeah, I'll do that. Bye. Right? Mr. B, can you give me an appointment for Thursday? I'm available 2 to 3. Well, yeah, Renee, I'll talk to my wife. It's so easy for everyone on this call to dismiss anything and walk away. Yet so many times we're texting and emailing and maybe doing Zoom thinking we're going to sell somebody something, right? When was the last time you bought a big ticket item over a text or an email, right? So Mike said phone and face-to-face, eye-to-eye contact with people is where you can sell. So is your day set up around getting in front of someone? Is your whole day set up about having that conversation where you can convert somebody to do something, right? That's what I want you to think about. The next point, being on a constant search for the next new listing, being on a constant search for the next new listing. Mike said, delegating everything away that has nothing to do with you taking a listing. Delegate. A lot of these jobs, there's websites like Upwork. You can find people that are living abroad in the Philippines or India that you can delegate a lot of these mundane tasks to. And so are you able to delegate everything that doesn't involve you prospecting, negotiating, lead follow-up, or going on appointments? Those are the only 4 ways you guys are getting paid. There's only 4 ways you get paid in real estate, period. But are you your own admin? Are you, doing $20 an hour work when you could be doing something that where you get paid 2, 3, some of you is $600,000, $800,000 an hour, right? $800 an hour, right? So really delegating everything and being on a constant search, for the next listing. Are you searching all day? What are you doing all day? Are you searching for the next perfect client? Are you on streets? Are you at plazas? Are you in parking lots, talking to people, searching for the next perfect client? Or are you just going through your day, just doing one thing after the next to get through the day, right? Being on a constant search party, right? The next one is the boredom is self-inflicted. I heard Mike say from the stage, the boredom is self-inflicted. If you're getting bored talking to people, right, or bored door knocking or bored doing your calls, repetition, bored, coach, I'm so bored. It's boring doing 3 hours a day calling people. Well, that is self-inflicted. Think about it. Every single person you talk to is a unique person you've never spoken to before in your life. And in 3 minutes after you hang up the phone, you'll never probably speak to them again. So why not ask a few more questions? Why not ask some probing questions? Why not ask some open-ended questions? Get to know them a little bit better because they're a person. And every single person knows at least 100 people. Not all the time in their cell phone, but they know 100. They know neighbors. They know family. They know people at work who could refer you business instantly, right? If they're not setting an appointment with you. So if you're feeling bored, speak to your coach about it. Talk to your accountability partners about it. Because what they were talking about at the retreat is the fact that boredom, it's on you. It's not on the people. The people are there and you can make it as interesting as you like this prospecting, okay? Good one. The next one is this idea of teams, okay? This idea of teams. A lot of people say, I want a team. I want to do 100 deals, but I don't want to actually do the 100. I'm going to get 10 people to do 10 deals each, and I'll just sit back. I'll just sit back and I will mentor them or I'll talk to them. It's pretty simple, 10 people doing 10 deals. I will do 100 deals. But Josh Barker, Bernie Gallerini, back to those guys who have big teams making more money in this industry than a lot of agents, said, don't think that if you were running a team, it's a piece of cake. They're putting in over 90 hours a week. 90 hours a week running those teams. All three of them shook their heads. They said, oh, minimum 90, might even be more than that. Saturdays, Sundays, they work late, 9, 10 o'clock, they're answering calls. So they recommended from the stage, before you think about running and starting a team, how about spend 50 to 60 hours a week on getting yourself up to 50 transactions? Do that first. Do that first. Exhaust yourself on getting to 50 transactions first. What does 50 transactions look like? Well, it's one new deal a week. You'll get to know your deal secretary very well because you'll be sending her deals every single week. You'll be on a first name basis because you guys will be best friends because you keep sending deals to her or them or that department in your office, right? Deal a week, deal a week. Many years ago, Mike had the deal a week club, the deal a week club, right? By doing one transaction every single week, you come out to 50 deals in a 2-week vacation. But their point was, you know, work on by yourself, get to 50 transactions. It's hard to get there, but exhaust yourself doing that. And then from there, you can think about a buyer agent, maybe, and of course, having 1 or 2 really good admins. Okay, good. The next one is, I need to get better at taking the shot. If any of you were there at the event or watching the IR30, you'll watch the segment with Ron Cronin. He's a speaker for Mike. And he did this example because everyone's been watching soccer lately where he's kicking the ball at the net. And what he was trying to illustrate, and it sunk in with a lot of people, was the fact that, you know, you're trying to close a seller. And aren't sellers maybe difficult to close right now? Right? They have a lot of options. They're very confused. They think the market is going to either go really high up or really low down. So, you know, they have lots of objections. Maybe they've got a lot of barriers from you getting the contract. So you've got them up to that point, and it's almost like someone playing soccer, shooting the ball at the goalie, and the goalie just keeps blocking the ball. The soccer player doesn't just quit and just run down the sideline and say, forget shooting at this goalie. I'm never gonna score. I'm just gonna run it off the course myself, kick it into the crowd. We never really see that in the last FIFA or anything. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that. And I've watched soccer. We don't ever see the players giving up when they get close to the goalie. Instead, they start shooting even more. They shoot between his legs. They shoot for the top corner. He bounces the ball back. They start pushing him kind of and trying to head the ball in. They try to kick it in every single, with their knee, with the back of their heel. Okay, they'll do anything to keep bouncing it back in. And a lot of times, that's how they score. It's not like they just ran up. There was a big opening in the net. They shot and they scored. And sometimes there is a big opening. They shoot. It looks like it should go in, and it doesn't go in. But they don't give up. They don't stop right then and turn back and throw their hands in the air and walk back to their other net. They keep going, moving forward. So Ron was on stage pretending he was kicking a ball. But does that analogy ring true for any of you? Do you recognize it?
Oh, yeah.
Nodding the heads. Aqua saying yes. John, Nikki, Solmaz I saw. Right? And so we want to kind of look at that with our business. Where are you giving up too soon? Where are you giving up too early? Are you giving up in the sales conversation or the sales process too soon when it comes to closing for the signature, closing for the appointment, closing for the price reduction that you want? All it is the same as the soccer goalie and the player, right? Coming up with the ball. It's no different, right? We're in an endurance sport, which brings me kind of to my one of my last points anyway, is the Olympics are on TV. we can't, miss them, right, Tessa? We're just watching every channel's Olympics. It's exciting, right? Randy's watching the Olympics there. They got basketball, they got skateboarding even. My point is, did anyone who is in the Olympics right now on our TV set, did anyone decide last month, I think I want to try swimming and go to the Olympics? I think I'm good. I'm pretty good. I was at my friend's pool and I beat everyone in the pool. I want to go to France. I'm going to book a ticket and I'm going to get in the pool. I'm going to see how I do. Does anyone decide like 3 months ago that they're going to join the Olympics and practice 1/2 hour a week and go swim? Absolutely not. We're laughing about it because it's a joke. Because a lot of us know how much work, energy, and effort those Olympians put in, right? Many of them, Kelly's nodding her head, she knows. Some of us may even know an Olympian. Coach Tabitha has been training for this Norseman for like 3 years, 2 years, 7 days a week. She's posting on Facebook. She's in the pool. She's riding a bike at 4 a.m. and late at night. She didn't just decide 2 months ago, I want to ride my bike. I love riding bikes. I think I'm going to join triathlon. Nobody does that. But so when we're looking at our real estate business, people say, well, I want to make 2 million. Well, how much did you make last year? Well, I made 38,000, but I don't, I know what to do. I got a new suit. Well, that doesn't guarantee you're going to make 2 million. Start somewhere. Look at the people in other industries. Look at the people playing at the highest level, which is not too difficult. Now you could watch the Olympics and say, how long did that person train? How long? What sacrifices did they make to get on that podium? How many hours did they put in every single week getting better at their job? Did they get up early? Did they have to do it on the days they didn't like it? Did they do weekends? Did they not eat some meals and miss some parties and social events because they were committed to the goal of a gold medal? Was it worth it? If you all put in your Olympic effort of prospecting, lead follow-up, appointments between August to December, could you win a gold medal for yourself and your family? Linda's shaking yes. Everyone's shaking yes to this. Lana, that's you too. That's right. What does a gold medal for you and your family look like? Right? It's going somewhere. There's going to be transactions done in your market. Your clients are going to give you the money one way or the other. I had 2 sellers told me last week, we got to give money. We're going to pay somebody. Might as well be you. We're going to give the money to somebody. Might as well be you. Why not? So that's the last question you have to ask yourself. Why not me? Why not me to make that amount of money? What is the valid reason you give yourself to not make the money that you can deserve to make? What's the reason, the story you keep telling yourself, right? And eliminate that story before you go into the month of August. Eliminate it and achieve something really great. Do an Olympic schedule. And so I think those are just some points. What did you guys think about these points? Could you use them to make some money? Mr. B says, and it's very easy to make money. There's so much of it out there. We just need to get it. Yeah, that's right. There's no shortage of money, actually. There's no shortage. People are going to list houses within a block of you today. Today. Right now. They're signing as we speak. And they're going to do it tonight. And they're going to do it at midnight. And they're going to do it tomorrow morning. And they're going to do it the next day. Every single day they're going to be signing contracts this week. The only question is, are they signing with you? And if they're not, go out and find them. Be part of the game. Olympic effort, everybody. Well, take some of these points, and the way you make money from them is you circle a couple of them that really resonated with you, right? And say, how am I going to apply these 2? Email your coach. Say, these are the 2 that I heard on Monday with Coach René, and I want to implement them because I think I can do this. I need help. I need accountability. I need you to help me implement it, and don't let me off the hook. And if you do that, I promise you, you will have the strongest second half you've ever had in your life. You'll be able to finish with more money, more pendings, better attitude, right? Remove that negative mindset going into the new year than you ever had before. Okay. Thank you so much. Kelly Lou, we're training for the Olympics starting today. I like it, Kelly. That's right. Everybody, that's right. Text your coach. Tell Tabitha after today we are training. Text me if I'm coaching you. Text me. Don't text Tabitha. Text me. Say that I am going to. If you want to do an Olympic level for your business, raise your hands. I'm just curious. Holy smokes, that's everyone. 2 hands in the air. Start today. Use those points. No more messing around. Let's go for the Olympic level. And I'll send this recording out to the group. You're welcome, Femi. Aqua agreed. Everybody go make money with this. Olympic level. Let's do it.
Outstanding call. Thanks, René.
Thank you, John. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, René.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go make money with it and tell me how it goes.